So this is called a hamstring extender. What we're working on is our hamstring flexibility. You want to try and get your knee towards your chest as far as you can, and now we're trying to straighten our knee as far as we can. That's going to put the hamstring on max length. If you feel any nerve symptoms, so tingling or a weird sensation into your foot or to your toes, you can always point your foot down. But if you want to feel more of a stretch, you can point your toes towards you, and then you're going to feel more pulling in the back of your leg. But really try to maintain keeping your knee as close to your body as you can. If it feels like it's too much or too intense, you just back off and then you work within this range. Go nice and slow, you don't have to rush it. Really try to squeeze your quad at the top while still keeping your abs braced. And go.
We're going to put this right side out and we're going to go through an adductor stretch. So big key here is I want to keep weight now on this opposite side. If I put all the weight on my left side or my right side, I'm not going to feel anything. To feel the stretch, I want to point my hip to my knee. So I want to do that. If I'm open like this, I'm not going to feel a stretch through the adductors. So I need to point this hip down, lock it to my opposite knee. Now I feel a stretch. Once I feel a stretch, core engaged, hips on, and I'm going to slowly rock back and forth. As you rock, you're going to feel different parts of your hip and your adductor kind of stretch. That's totally normal. At the top, you can kind of squeeze your glutes and almost get a little pelvic motion at the top.
So with this stretch, if we want to focus on stretching the right side, what you're going to do is you're going to take a step back with the left foot to the right. So actually have your left foot behind your right foot to the right of it. Then you're going to push your hips forward. You're going to get your arm up overhead, your right arm, and then you're going to lean away. You're going to lean to the left as you push your hips to the right. You're going to feel a good stretch on the right side of your body, as well as in front of your right hip and on the outside of your right hip. You can hold this for an extended amount of time, or you can make it dynamic and go through the movement. It's totally preference. I'll demonstrate it on the other side. So if I want to stretch the left, take a step back with the right foot to the left of the left foot, lean to the right, push my hips forward and out to the left. You're going to feel a good stretch through the entire left side of your body. Really shift your hips to the left if you want to feel a good stretch on the outside and the front of your left hip.
For this stretch, you want to find some type of surface that you can rest your foot on top of. Now that foot is going to have the knee that's on the floor, and then you're going to bring the other leg out in front of you. And this is the starting position. What you want to do now, there's two main ways that you can really further the stretch. One is lean your body forward, so you're kind of lunging into this front leg. The other is tucking the tailbone underneath you. So you can see how just me tucking will really further that stretch on the front of the thigh here. So now I'm really getting a good stretch here. And the further, the higher the surface back here, the more of a stretch you'll get to. So you can imagine how if I'm here, I'm going to get a bigger stretch than if my leg was a little bit lower. So adjust the positioning of the height of the surface, how far you lunge forward, how much you tuck your tailbone, and all three of those factors will really determine how much of a stretch you get on the front of this hip here. You want to avoid arching the back as you do this exercise. You want to really focus on getting that stretch at the front of the hip here.